Hey, what's going on, chess fanatics? We are here for round 28 of the Rapid Chess Challenge, where we take 10-minute games in the pool, see who we get, and try and increase the ratings. Currently, right now, we are rated 1644 against a 1676 opponent, Armin out of Kazakhstan. Interesting. Okay, so opponent opens up with e4. You know what? Let's try more of the Kann. Been playing it a tiny little bit as of late. It's an opening that I would have played a long time ago. I have looked at some lines since. Okay, so we will take in this instance. And yeah, a little bit of a development issue. I should likely have developed the bishop to d3 ultimately, or sorry, d6, and then potentially brought it back to c7 here. But you know what? That's okay. We'll get the rooks where they should be. And we'll develop the next rook likely out to e1, depending what our opponent plays. Okay. Now, bit of an unorthodox maneuver. Okay, we will jump our knight in. Okay. Now, what if we bring the knight over? We'll always have some form of reprieve on f5 should we need to retreat it. Basically, we'll just see how this works out. Okay, so opponent just attacks, which makes a lot of sense. Now we can drop it back. I'm assuming they might look to just snap this off. And they do not. Okay. Let's see here. Where's this knight gonna go? If they ever take, they'll be opening up. And right now we've got g3 and h4 covered here. So I think what we might do is just put the rook on the B file. Now we may look to make some expansions here. Oh. I didn't anticipate my opponent was going to open that up, but hey, certainly a move. Now what about this? Okay. Now so if we push, takes. I mean, wow, monstrous exchange. Now I'm assuming they're going to take. And I do not mind this position. Two pawns being attacked. So right now, I think what we will do is just snack on the pawn here, d4. And what we will try and do is round up this pawn over here. Okay, and our opponent just resigns. Would have been likely a long drawn out endgame, but with those two passers in the center of the board, we likely would have just rounded up the pawn here. Let's just jump into a quick review. We're at 1653 now. Might be a bit of an all-time high. Another win for the Kann. Last one was a little bit more comical than this one. This was a little bit more straight ahead. Pretty even game on the most part. Clearly the opponent had a lot of counterplay, but we played 86.2. And we'll see if there's anything particularly notable. So they did not like my tactic. They just wanted to develop the knight. Now, in the Kann, it can be a common idea, of course, to develop the bishop initially to d6, as noted earlier, drop it back and then play queen to d6, and then you're going to have this diagonal essentially, so you'll have some counterplay on the queen side. A lot of times you can be potentially down a pawn, but in this instance I think we wound up with a pretty good version of the Kann. So it was relatively easier to play, but having said that, it's still going to be a big fight. And after that monstrous exchange, yeah, it's saying that we're pretty much just equal here. Now, yeah, okay. I mean, clearly the Silicon Overlord has said that this is going to be better. Does make sense, because likely could now just capture with the d-pawn. And if they tried to protect it, obviously we could just capture, then we'd be threatening to come in and make some trades and look to round up this pawn. Still a lot of work left to be done, but you know, it's still going to be a very difficult endgame, I think, for our opponent. So, you know, showing them down a little bit, but you know, was it resign worthy? Probably not. There's a little bit of counterplay with this pawn over here, but I think that with reasonable endgame technique, we should have been able to clean this one up and keep our advantage. Opponent is in a tough position, certainly a little bit tougher than ours, especially with the advanced f-pawn here. These two passers, you know, if we're able to gobble up this pawn, especially get some reinforcements behind, we'll likely be able to just push one home and then trade off, you know, either the rook or queen, and make a relatively quick victory. So that's it for today. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.